Good morning, expats. Welcome to the channel. Or welcome back if you've been here before. Today, I thought I'd talk a little bit about what it's like living in a surveillance state. And if you're wondering what I mean by that, it's basically, well, we're here in China, and to some degree in the United States, you're under constant surveillance. And I thought I might show you guys what that's actually like, because for those of you in the United States, I know there's going to be a few people that say, well, in America, they're always watching too. Well, I wonder if after this video you'll think or believe that they're really watching you quite to the extent that they're watching us here. Indeed, Big Brother is watching me as we speak, just out there, out the window. You can see there's a giant police camera hanging off the side of the building that is always watching. Whether you think that's a good thing or a bad thing, I guess you can comment about it, but yeah, stick around, let's talk about it. Now, I'm not going to pretend that all aspects of this surveillance state thing are bad. For example, here in China, the crime rate is very low. I mean, I can go outside. I've never had any problems. I've never been mugged. I've never been attacked. I've never had to worry about being robbed or anything like that. It just doesn't happen. In fact, if, let's say, here in China, you were to have left your cell phone on a park bench or something like that, most likely, if you came back hours later, your cell phone would still be there. Nobody's going to touch it. And the most likely reason for that is because, well, there's cameras everywhere, for one thing, and people just, I don't know if it's really a cultural thing, because of course people are going to see an opportunity to get something nice that no one's looking for or no one's looking at or something like that, and they'll pick it up. And I'm sure it does happen, but for the most part, people won't, because they know, well, there's cameras everywhere. There'll be plenty of evidence of the crime if they came and stole something. So it just doesn't happen. And you know what? That's pretty nice. I can literally go out in any city at any time, whether it be midday or in the middle of the night, and I'm not going to have any problems. I'm not going to have to worry. I'm not going to have to think like, oh, I'm in some kind of seedy neighborhood, so I better watch my back, you know. It just doesn't happen that way here in China. In fact, you know, years and years ago, I spent a little bit of time in Compton, in the Los Angeles area, and we knew not to be in the area after dark. I saw all kinds of stuff there. I'm not trying to bash America. I'm just saying, you know, in America, you do have places that you don't want to be. I still remember this day. There was this bicycle, and, well, what was left of a bicycle. It was chained to a fence, but everything that could be removed from that bicycle was gone. It was literally just the frame. Everything was gone. The handlebars were gone. The wheels were gone. The seat was gone. Everything was gone. It's just the frame of the bike chained up to a fence. But here in China, that just doesn't happen. I mean, I'm sure there's, you know, people are going to come out and say, well, there's crimes and things happen. Sure, yeah, sure. But not so much. I mean, I feel pretty safe here all the time. As long as I'm, you know, not going out like protesting the government. That's where you have to be careful, I guess. But if you want to look at it from that perspective, then maybe having all these cameras is a good thing. But, of course, as we know, those kinds of powers can be abused. And just how many ways can it be abused? Well, I don't know if I really want to get into all that, but just use your imagination and think about it, you know. Let's say you're the local party boss, and somebody has offended you, so you go to the head of the PSB, and you threaten him and tell him, like, hey, I know you've got all those cameras everywhere. I want to get some dirt on this guy because even though I already have the power to just, arrest him arbitrarily, but I'm not just satisfied with that. I'm going to use those cameras to absolutely destroy somebody. And I'm into corruption, therefore I know he's into corruption, and I'm going to get, I don't know, I'm not saying it's all like that here in China. I mean, I've known some people that work in the government, and they're not all bad like that, but I'm sure you can use your imagination just how that power can be abused. You can look at situations going on elsewhere within the Chinese realm of influence and how they've used cameras to track people. These cameras, I mean, it's literally all-encompassing. I mean, you can't escape it. Just crossing the street, they have face recognition cameras that'll give you a ticket if you cross at the wrong time. I see it all the time because I walk through that part of the city. I'm seeing that more and more. There's literally cameras everywhere. Just everywhere. I mean, even as I'm sitting here just scrolling through my WeChat moments, they're monitoring what I'm doing. They know what I'm posting, who my friends are. They know everything that I do online. My phone becomes a camera as well. Yes. They even know that my wonderful wife just ordered this drink for me and had it delivered. Yes, they probably even know that I think that this drink is delicious. Google and Facebook certainly do. Really? Yes, just a quick walk around my community can reveal all the ways that Big Brother is watching me. And by the way, if you don't get that reference, go out to your local library or bookstore and find the book 1984 by George Orwell and give it a read. Yes, we're certainly living in an Orwellian world where I can't even walk to the supermarket without being surveilled by countless cameras. I'm even certain that if I hadn't used cash, they'd be analyzing my purchase to learn more about me and my habits. And I know, I hear you. Somebody out there is saying something about the NSA and the US government spies on us too. Yes, I have to deal with two big brothers watching me all the time, every time I get online. But there is a big difference. Well, in the United States, they do collect all this information. They technically can't use it. Not on a U.S. citizen. Not, not without FISA warrants or whatever it is they have to get. But here in China, I enjoy no such rights. Yeah, they're using it right now. I'm sure they're well aware of my comings and goings and my habits here in this city. Yes, there's nothing anonymous here. All right, well, it's probably about time for me to cook lunch, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Just here at the end, half joking, I want to remind you, the next time that you think you're all alone and you're singing that embarrassing song in the shower, they know about it. Or the next time that you're at home alone and you've got the news on and there's something about Trump and you just start screaming all kinds of threats at Trump or the other guys, they're watching you. So, in either case, if you found this at all useful, actually, before I finish it, I want to know what you think. So if you think that we should have cameras like China has in the United States, and the surveillance state is good because it cuts down on crime, that sort of thing, be sure to let me know. If you're on the other side and you say, well, it does cut back on crime, on certain crimes, I don't know how I could stand to live in a society where I have to constantly think, or be careful what I'm thinking, what I'm saying, what I'm doing online, which is kind of the world that I'm living in right now. Because they will be watching, they will be aware of it. So just let me know what you think. And as always, Like, share, subscribe. Be sure to hit the notification bell if you want to hear about more videos coming out. Then I guess I will see you guys in the next one. Wait a minute. You don't think that they... Nah.